Um, there's an issue potentially with the Telestomp Sorc in that Oculus is apparently bugged. Right now, it's still having some of its old behavior. The tooltip now reads you'll teleport to a random location if you become injured or when you're injured, um, which to me means that it doesn't, it since it doesn't give you the teleport enchant anymore, it should not be teleporting you to a random location when you evade with teleport enchant. But I'm using the teleport enchant uh, to enable that teleport, and for some reason, it's still moving me to a random location when I have Oculus equipped. I submitted a bug report. I'm hoping it's either going to get fixed or they'll update the tooltip so that it's clear when it randomly teleports you and when it doesn't. Because honestly, the Telestomp build is going to be somewhat limited. Somewhat limited. Um, if you don't have the teleport damage from having that huge amount of skill levels on teleport and the GA to 975% increased teleport damage, it kind of makes it hard to kill things with teleport. And one of the things that Telestomp build relies on is the new enchant or the new aspect on Raiment where it resets your teleport, or you have a chance to reset your teleport for every enemy that's killed by the teleport. So when it works and it's awesome. Like if you teleport correctly onto a pack of mobs when you have Oculus, it wrecks. But because of the thing with Oculus and the random location, you can't reliably teleport onto a pack of mobs. So that's kind of, I mean, you can still play it. It's still going to be fun. You can do it in things like Helltide or Infernal Hordes or whatever. But in an area where, like Pit or the Tower, where, you know, damage really matters, that you get it done quickly and on time, that build is questionable unless Oculus is fixed. So I have changed it around a little bit. It's mostly the same build, so we're still using Crackling Energy. We're still using teleport on evade or on the enchant and on the bar to give us more mobility. But now we're running the Andariel Helm and Doombringer, which is giving us a couple of things. Those pieces are adding a significant amount of defense while also maintaining some offset offensive capability. So this poison cloud is pretty awesome because if that goes off, everything that you leave behind from your lightning damage is going to die in the next couple seconds. So it kind of eliminates leaving things behind or having to go back to finish things off, which is pretty awesome. Andy also gives you, if you have GA, it gives you almost 1,000 poison resistance, which is incredible for Helltides this season with Duriel because a ton of the damage out there is poison. Um, it also gives you all stats, so it's giving you intelligence, which is a really hard thing to get this season. One of the reasons that I am using Isadora, even though I don't fully consider this a crackling build because we're not focused on that, but we are. I don't know. It's sort of a crackling chain lightning build, but it's different because of Andy and Doombringer. So, anyways, I got really lucky and I got critical strike chance as an added affix on this already 4GA Andy, which is pretty freaking epic. But yeah, so it gives you 165 all stats, so you're getting intelligence, which is critically hard to get in this season to get enough of it, especially if you're using uniques. You know, if you were having legendaries in every slot and you just got GA int on every slot, you'd probably be fine. But if you want to use uniques that don't have int on them, you can struggle, and int is a big deal in your basic damage. So it gives you more damage from the poison and from the int. It also has an insane attack speed. Like just having a GA attack speed on Andy is like half of the attack speed that you need. So just with that and with unstable currents, when unstable is up, you're getting 75% attack speed just from that, which is nuts. Um, I got extremely lucky to get that critical strike. Obviously, I'm not going to include that in any kind of build guide if this ends up being a successful build, because the odds of getting that specific one on an Andy. So I would say the things that you want to really prioritize here is probably going to be the all stats and attack speed. So if you can get a GI on one of those and then masterwork it to get the GI on the other. But then it also gives you a lot of survivability because you're getting 129 life on hit, not on kill, on hit. And when you're running a lightning build, you're doing chain lightning, you're doing lightning spears, you're doing unstable currents, proccing out all kinds of other things. There's a ton of hits happening all the time. So that is an insane amount of life that you're getting from that life on hit. I wish this was the old school Andy. It would be even better, but even this is great. Right? So essentially you're getting a ton more damage, you're getting the utility of attack speed, and you're getting some survivability with the damage on hit. And Doombringer is the same. 240 all stats. That's a huge chunk. We're looking at 400 int just from these two pieces, which is awesome. 52% max life. So you're adding, half of your life more than you had without it, without this item. 15% damage reduction. That's bonkers. That's bonkers in this new season 11, because damage reduction is not that easy to come by. Lucky hit, chance to heal 795% life is amazing. And then another 818 intelligence that I was lucky enough to pick up through sanctification. Again, I would not include that in the definition of the build because the odds of getting that specifically are crazy. I would say probably if you're going for this, you're going to want to go for a GA with on either all stats or damage reduction and get it on the one that you missed when you do the masterworking. If you get one of the other things, that's great. But the max life it's questionable between the damage reduction and the max life. I kind of think the DR is more important than the max life, just simply because, you got a lucky hit chance to heal off Doombringer, and you're getting life on hit from Andariel. So you have an immense amount of healing coming in. So I kind of feel like reducing the damage that you're taking is probably going to be more important than increasing your overall life pool. But I don't know. That's debatable. It could go different for different people. But I would say for sure you absolutely want to have GA all stats on this because the int is critical, absolutely critical. And then again, the damage isn't as big, but it's shadow damage, and it's also reducing the damage dealt by the things that you hit with it for 20% for 5 seconds. So more damage reduction, not direct DR, but you're reducing that damage they're putting out. So with those two items, you're adding a lot of power and defensiveness, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So anyway, because we have the lucky hit for the poison cloud and the lucky hit for the heal life, and I think we had something else. Did we have something else? No, we didn't have. Anyway, for those two things, my axial conduit is not a max aspect. I'm gonna have to get a better axial conduit to really know how this can do. Anyway, so on our current gloves, we do have the additional chaining. I'm not sure if we want to lose that. We might have to consider, do we want lightning rod? 90x damage is pretty awesome, but chaining to 5 more, I think that's going to be more important with this. But I'm trying to get my hands on a really good Fists of Fate, because if we can get a GA lucky hit on that, we're going to get a lucky hit on every freaking hit, which is going to make the lucky hit procs from Andy and Doombringer be constant, really. I don't know if this build is going to work. It's already doing decent damage, but I think if we can get those lucky hits flying like constantly, it only gets better, right? Oh, I thought for sure I'd have him before he did that. It's Belial's doing this weird thing where he just kind of pauses and freezes and he's not doing anything and it's not showing a damage shield, but I can't hurt him either. So I don't know what's up with that. Kind of weird.
I need more time.
What? Okay. Sorry about that. Late wife was sleeping. Oh, what am I doing on Torment 3? That's stupid for Belial. Oh. So one thing I definitely noticed in Season 11, spending a lot of time changing difficulty levels, because I'll do different things at the highest level that I can do it easily. Because every class in the game, the power is down dramatically, and sorcerers are hit particularly hard. So you could beat your head against the wall just wanting to be more powerful to take out these things in higher tiers. But in all reality, most of the stuff isn't a huge difference between higher and lower tiers, and because of the way that sanctification works, a 1 or 2 GA item is probably going to be the thing that you want to get in this season, because they're more common and you can increase them to 3 and 4 GA items through masterworking and sanctification, whereas 3 and 4 GA items are very rare, and if you sanctify them and brick them, it's going to suck, right? They're hard to replace. So actually farming in lower tiers and getting 1 and 2 GA items and upgrading them through the new systems is probably going to yield better results in terms of getting high quality items on your character. Like I said, you can go to the highest tiers, you can fight the battle with the harder content and the lower character power, and get less drops for a better chance to get a higher drop, but then the higher drop is a bigger risk when you go to sanctify. So my strategy for sure in this season is probably doing a heavy farming in lower tiers and getting multiple items to run through sanctification to go for those god tier items that way. All right, hopefully my game didn't crash again. All right, we're at. Thank you.
is reality.
My lack will not I'm not ready yet.
Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. He was a little early in the fight with that one. I also found that I'm getting more GAs from tier 2 Torment to Belial than I am from tier 4 lair bosses. So he's easier to do, and I'm getting better at it. Ooh, that's promising. Look at that. Critical strike chance is a little bit low. See, we have to go, we'd have to GA lucky hit because we need that crazy high lucky hit chance. But it's got 290. That's a candidate. I'm gonna clean some of this stuff up so we can see what we're getting, make sure we don't miss anything good. I'm not bothering to salvage this stuff anymore in PTR because my crafting materials are overflowed, so every time I salvage something there's like a billion materials flying everywhere on the ground. Nice. Oh yeah, Belial is also a good source of Neth Iron, which is what you need to re-roll your masterwork. You need one for every re-roll, so killing Belial is very lucrative for getting deterministic masterworking. Alright, oh good, it was another. Ooh, look at that. That's nice. That's a better attack speed. Oh, but the 235, yeah, no, that's not going to cut it. We can't use that. All right. like to get at least one more candidate, preferably a PTA. Oh, wrong gloves. I noticed I'm not getting any Belial's Corrupted Eye, which is kind of weird, because I was getting it consistently earlier. I don't know if it's an RNG factor or if there's a bug. Same thing with Duriel. I was getting it on every single Duriel kill, and then suddenly it just stopped. I wasn't getting it anymore. I think it's time to clean this up again. Oh, wrong gloves again. 215, we can't use that. Alright, I'll do a couple more runs and then I'll go take the candidates that I have and see what we can get. Wrong gloves again. Ooh, max roll critical strike, max roll fireball, max roll mana 96. I might hang on to those for the fireball Sorc, although tonight's probably it for my PTR. I don't think I'll be playing in the morning. Alright, last one. We need to get our ultimate dissipate right now. 2 GA. Nope. Didn't even get gloves this time. Oh. What do we got? Meteor. Gonna be real. That could be Meteor. Okay, I lied one more time. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. I do have 2. Odds are kind of low though of getting something good with only 2. So I guess I could just go to... Yeah, maybe I'll do that. If we don't get it on this one, we'll go pay a visit to MRAC. Alright. Yeah, we'll pop a couple MRAC tests and see what we can get. Guaranteed to get 1 in each one, so... gonna be faster. I just kind of wanted to see what it was like to farm. I've been doing a lot of that today. A lot of just actual farming, even though it's PTR, and I could just go get loot boxes because I want to see what it, how hard it's actually going to be in the season to acquire this stuff. Walk right past them, right?
I need time to prepare that.
This was a fun experiment. I put on the Staff of Lysander because of the lucky hit for a 99% resource, which is kind of nice for a CL Sorc to have essentially unlimited resource. I've got one on here, but obviously that's only 77 resource per hit, as opposed to this 99% of your max resource per hit. All right, come on, Emrak, don't let me down. Oh, you only gave it to me once. Well, it's not working. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to do these. Give me more gloves? Should be a few pairs of gloves here. Yeah. Is that done? No. Come on, where's the... come on. It's gotta be there. It's supposed to be every generic in each one. How is that possible? I'm not seeing it. Alright, well. I'm not seeing it here either. I thought you got all of the ones of that type with every cache. Oh, there's one. Okay. 240. Ooh, 4G8 Tybalts. I'm not going to use those things, though. The hell? Why won't he give me more? Let's try going to a different city.
This is fine, as far as towns go.
Right. You must have a cooldown timer or something. People are spamming it too much, I think. Oh, that's horrendous. Oh, that's the one we already had. All right, we got 3 tries. We got a 290, a 285, and a 295. Let's just do that. I'll be here all day. We're gonna know if the thing works or not pretty easily.
Unexpected.
Man, it does not want to give me the lucky hit. There we go, 77% lucky hit chance. That's what we need.
Not bad. That there is worth it. If you need work.
Whoa. The hell? Alright. Nice thing about gloves, we don't have to worry about forgetting to socket them before we sanctify, because you can't. Alright, let's be dramatic and start with the... Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it upgrades. It upgrades the quality sometimes on the effects. It doesn't seem like... It seems like there must be a cap. Sometimes it upgrades. We had a 285, a 290, and a 295. Now we got two double 290. Alright, critical strike chance is more important, so I'm going to start with this one. We slow enemies. Alright, well, we got a bonus aspect, but after immobilizer stun wears off, enemies are slowed. That's nothing fancy. Oh, looks like another aspect one. Days lasts longer. That's not what we need. Come on, give us an attack speed or a vulnerable GA. That's what we want. Or something really crazy. Okay, new affix added. What do we get? Resource cost reduction, which does absolutely nothing for a chain lightning sword. It's got the best attack speed though, so I might go with that one anyway. Out of the options we got. And it's the highest percentage damage. Alright, let's put some of this stuff away. These are all things that are in active rotation for different builds that I'm messing with, except for that. That is not. Alright, let's go see how this does. Thinking it could be pretty damn wild. Of course, it might be a total flop too. We don't know. Continue. All right, let's do a Helltide test first.
We the path, huh?
In theory, this should give us a decent damage sustain while also adding a lot of defense. And if the defense works as good as I think it can, I think we may be able to take some Paragon points out of things like armor and resist and put them into more damage
I need time to prepare.
in the form of stacking more intel. So it's definitely killing. No doubt about that.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that. I'm not ready yet.
Love that poison and shadow dot damage. Get everything to injured status and then just run. Keep going. Because it's gonna die as soon as you walk away.
Out of mana once again. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Alright, so it's absolutely eviscerating T4 Helltide.
I'm not ready yet. I'm out of mana. I need time to prepare that.
Ooh, that was even an elite pack. That was stronger than it was with the Telestomp.
I need time to prepare that.
I think I've seen enough of Helltide to know that this is crushing Helltide.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright. Let's see how it does in the pit. We'll start on the 65, which is the hardest tier that we actually cleared. I did try a 70 on the Telestomp Sorc, but 70 did not go. Not happen. It's rough, man. If you haven't played PTR, we're definitely taking a big hit on power. Like I said, though, alright, we'll start with 65 because we've done that before, so that'll be a good gauge of how it feels. Definitely going to be a lot of playing in the tier that's the highest one that you can do quickly in this season 11, unless there's some buffs before live, but I'm not going to count on that. Okay, this is 65 is burning down pretty quick so far. Holy cow. This is a lot stronger than our previous build.
I need time to prepare that. 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 I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Hey, the guy that sent you after me is dead, you stupid swords. Go away.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that.
There's a nice little billion damage hit. I love to see
I need
those.
time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that.
So I am aware that I am leaving some of the elites behind, but I have a reason for that. It's because of all the shades
Once again,
and swords and poison bombs and everything
I
else.
need
So
time to prepare.
rather than stay there and try to beat them down with all that stuff going on, I think it's safer to just make a second pass.
I'm not
Mop up,
ready
as it were. Sad thing about losing Oculus is we can't just jump on a pile of mobs like this and have them instantly die. Really nice with the Telestomp, but like I said, it Oculus is bugged. It's supposed to have the random only apply if you're injured, but for some reason it's applying on every evade teleport.
I'm not ready yet.
If they fix that, will be able to see what the Telestomp can do in live. If they don't, it'll be more of a novelty build. You'll be able to do T4 content with it, and you'll even be able to run some pit, but you won't be able to go much past 55 or 60 with it. If you can't reliably target packs of mobs through the teleport.
I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that.
Whoa, that didn't get it? Come on. There's not even a hair left. It's all orange in that bow.
I'm not ready yet.
You gotta be kidding me. I still didn't get it? What the hell? Serious right now? Alright, about time.
I'm not ready yet. Out of mana once again. I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that.
Finished with you. I will return.
Alright, so not bad. A little over 5 minutes for that. And we got picked up a Heavenly Sigil. Okay. So we got 65. I think this one's gonna go higher than the last one. I think we might actually be able to do 70. It's gonna be slow, but I think we can do it. My Fireball Sorc cleared 70 as well. Or was it the... I can't remember now. I think it was the Fireball Hydra, but it might have actually been the Blizzard Frozen Orb. I got a lot of builds. Got a lot of builds coming out for this season. I'll have them all up on Mobalytics as soon as it's updated. For now, I'm just taking video grabs of all the skills, items, paragons, etc., so that I can post them later.
I need time to prepare that.
So we'll have two variations of lightning. We'll have this and the Telestomp, and then we'll have Blizzard FO and a Fireball Hydra.
I need time to prepare that. I lack the
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna die here. There's way too much shit in this little room.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that.
I don't think I'm gonna try to trigger Belial for this one. I think I might actually prefer normal little footballs.
I need time to prepare
I
that.
really hate having all this shit chasing me around. It's incredibly annoying.
I
Look
need
at that.
time
Look how
to
many of them there are. This is just mental.
I'm not ready yet.
Uh-oh. I'm CC. No. I knew that was coming. Well, even with the time penalty, we're still on track to get the
I need
run,
time
so
to prepare that.
it sucks, but I think we'll be okay. I think I need to just not get out of there and not fight that path. Oh my god, okay. That might have blown the run. That might have blown the run. I think we'll start over. We'll go repair our stuff. It sure would be nice to get a 75 clear and actually be able to do the season journey.
Rare to have something so fine.
Alright, there we go. Take 2.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare. I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that.
Man, these things just don't want to die.
I need time to prepare that.
I can't just stand on them anymore either. It's kind of... all these things coming from the champion packs. You can't stand still to blast things down. You have to keep moving or you're dead.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare. I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that.
Come on, just die already.
I'm not ready yet.
See things running around with a tiny little sliver of red. Just don't want to go down.
I need time to.
Look at this guy. They gotta have like 1,000,000 times the amount of hit points that we do. Crazy. Okay, 3 minutes for the first floor. I think we can clear this. We're pretty low on the meter for halfway through floor-wise.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, come on. I tell you, I swear to God, this season is so much more brutal than anything I've ever seen in D4. Damage is ridiculous.
I'm not ready yet.
There's so many things coming at you to kill you from every direction. Your defense is... on a Sorc, your defense is significantly less than it has been in the past. Your hit points are less than it has been in the past. Your damage output is less than it has been in the past. The monsters do more damage.
I'm not ready yet.
There's more things chasing you because it seems like every monster is casting some kind of spell that either sits there and blasts you like a turret or chases you even after the monster that sent it after you is dead. It's nuts. 70 feels like 110.
I'm not ready yet.
Honestly. 70 in season 11 feels like 110 in season 10. To me. Maybe not to some people. To me, it definitely does. I don't think a lot of Sorc players would have a different experience than that. It's crazy.
I'm not ready yet.
But it's a good thing they got rid of those champions with a little health buff thing. Because if I had to stand still and target a specific person who was casting the buff with all this shit going on, I just wouldn't do that. I would be done. I would be over it. It was, no. I'm just not doing that. Come on. Give me a shrine, for God's sake, so I can clean up some of these elite packs.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I didn't get it. Damn it. And it's covered with
I'm
poison.
not
Perfect.
ready yet.
Finally.
I'm not ready yet.
Look up some time here.
I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that. I'm not ready yet.
Things just need to die now.
I need time to prepare that.
Boss time. A little over 7 minutes in. So if we can finish this with 6 minutes remaining, that means we should at least be able to do a 71 or 72. Provided I don't die right here.
I need time to prepare that.
Alright, we got 70. Alright, so we've got here, we're running Andariel. We are running Raiment of the Infinite. Now, the main reason we're running Raiment is, yes, Glass Cannon is great, Shocking Impact, Elemental Attunement are great, but the Teleport. So after casting Teleport, you're got a 30% chance to reset the cooldown on your Teleport for each enemy that it kills, which is amazing. This is, I believe that Raiment of the Infinite and potentially Oculus are going to be critical to high mobility Sorc builds in 11 and beyond. Oculus because it gives you way more damage from the teleport. Now the thing about this is it's not enemy kill that says that it kills. So you actually have to kill them with the teleport to get the chance to reset the cooldown on your teleport. So that means that combining Raiment and Oculus together is going to give you the best chance at producing a seriously high mobility sorcerer. because you're going to get very high damage from the actual teleport, meaning it's going to beat the kill blow from more monsters, resetting your teleport more often. We are rocking Fists of Fate for that lucky hit chance, because that is really pumping up our poison from Andy and our life heal from Doombringer. We are running Axial Conduit. For obvious reasons, with Chain Lightning, it would be insane not to. I wish I had a better one. This is really low. I think if I had that 42 instead of 34, it would make a very large difference on the damage that we're doing right now. I've got Flicker Step. I'm not entirely sure that this is helpful. It's helpful in the sense that evading through mobs gets our unstable currents back up faster, but the attacks reduce evades cooldown I think does nothing for us since we're using the teleport enchant. I think we might be better off with something like a Yen's Blessing, or maybe even regular legendary boots with I don't know, like an Orange Herald affix on them. Just simply because I think that having 3 charges of evade instead of the cooldown is going to be better, since the cooldown can no longer be reduced by this when you have teleport enchant. We're running Doombringer, and I went over that earlier, but I'll just touch on it. The main things that we're looking at here: 240 all stats is giving you a huge chunk of intelligence, which is big here, because it's not that easy to get a lot of it. Anyway, yeah. And it's also giving you DR, which is a very rare stat now. I think that DR is not really DR, though. I have to go back and look at the patch notes. I know they changed a lot of skills to give you Fortify instead. I think that DR might actually function as a Fortify. I know on the Sorcerer Paragon boards, a lot of things that used to give us DR is now changed to Armor and Resists. No longer DR on the board, which kind of sucks. But anyway, yeah, this is giving us huge chunk of match life, huge chunk of intelligence, a nice big chunk of DR, and a chance to heal 800 life on every hit. And with a CL Sorc running Lightning Spears and Familiars, the amount of hits happening to give you those chances is nuts. We're running Asadoras for a couple of reasons. One, for the additional crackling energy damage, but it's also giving us cooldown reduction, it's giving us movement speed, and it's giving us a % intelligence on the amulet. In past seasons, I probably would have foregone the other benefits of Asadora to go with a legendary amulet for the extra passives, but legendary amulets no longer have % intelligence. They only have a flat intel, which is really painful. On Sorcs that I have right now that are not running a unique amulet with a % intelligence, I'm struggling to break 2k int. I've got 2500 on this one, and that's largely because of all stats here, and % intelligence here. Galvanic Azurite, honestly a no-brainer for pretty much any lightning build that you're running these days. Starless Skies, still king of the rings. How do you beat that for a Sorc? You got attack speed, you got crit chance, you got core skills, and you got a mana cost reduction. That's fantastic. This is not an ideal piece, but it's what I got to work with. I would probably rather do something a little bit different, like maybe instead of that damage have attack speed or crit. But the restoring a primary resource, that definitely is a good thing to have on there, and is definitely a good thing to have on there. When I got the max life, I needed the max life because I was in serious trouble, but I think with adding this 52% max life, I could live without max life on here. So potentially maybe even look at something like int. I can't remember if you can get critical strike on this. Yeah, I think you can. I think it's attack speed that you can't. But yeah, a critical strike and cooldown would be very nice to have here instead of max life and damage. And I think that may be how I put it in the build. The temper is chain lightning, hit twice. And we don't have any other tempers because we replaced, so I was running normal boots. I was running a normal weapon. That was the weapon when we had a temper on the weapon. We're running lightning spear. And when I had gloves on the temper, I was running chain lightning, change an additional 5 times. I don't know for sure yet whether having this 90% damage increase is better or having it chain 5 additional times half of the time. This might actually be better just because of all the lucky hit that we have going on to give us more total hits. Unfortunately, I think I'm about out of time to experiment with PTR, so I'll get the build up as they are. The abilities is still essentially exactly what it was for the Telestomp. I'll quickly go over it for anyone who didn't see that. I think we might want to realign the skills a little bit for this CL version with the Andy and Doombringer, but essentially it's a fairly standard what you would think of for lightning. So yeah, it's focused basically on maxing out lightning damage and then adding in some defense. I think it might actually be good to tweak this just a little bit. I think we did max out. Yeah, we maxed out our chain lightning. That's so sad to have your main core skill at only 12 after being used to what we could do in season 10. And that right there, between this being so much lower than it was and not having advanced techniques pumping up the core damage, that is basically gutted the sorcerer, aside from not being able to triple crit things like attack speed and critical strike. That's rough. So yeah, we'll just keep scrolling through this. But yeah, that's the skills. And then I'll quickly show the Paragon board, but this is essentially Makuna's season 10 ball lightning. So I would just refer to his ball lightning build for the Paragons that I'm using right now. Again, much like the Telestomp, it probably could benefit the build to have a look at the Paragons and see if there's any way that it could be tailored to fit this specific build better, but at the moment that's what Makuna used for his BL, so I gotta assume that it's gonna be a solid starting point, solid baseline at the very least for any lightning build that you're going to be running right now. It may look a little bit different for season 11. It may look a little bit different for a CL as opposed to a BL, but it is what it is. I'm running out of time. I tried to do as many different builds as I possibly could during this PTR. So yeah, in the end, I think we'll get up 2 lightning builds. We'll get up this one. We'll get up the Telestomp. If Oculus gets fixed, that's going to be a really fun build. And then we will have a Blizzard FO, Cold Sorc. And we will have a Fireball Hydra, obviously Burning Sorc. So yeah, we've got one of each element and plus a bonus Telestomp for the lightning build. And it is almost 1 a.m. here, and I have to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to bid you all good night. I thank you very much for watching.
But
Um,
this will do.
If you enjoy the stream, if you're getting useful information out of this, please do like and subscribe. I am putting out quite a bit of content. I'm pretty new to this, but I'm not new to gaming, and I'm not that new to D4. I've been playing since season 3, so I'm not I will not call myself an expert, but I tend to be able to make functional builds, and I do a lot of stuff that's off meta. Um, I don't see any reason to make another version of the meta build that's not as good as the one that's out there. So I tend to do a lot of stuff around the periphery. So if you're interested in, kind of weird off the wall builds that are not the one that everybody is playing, you might want to, check out what I do. So anyway, have a good night. Thank you for watching. Hope to catch you on another stream or video at some point in the future. And